How to look through the mask of people? You ask simple, personal, unexpected, open questions. Simple, personal, unexpected, open questions. Now, maybe some of you are geniuses, but the majority, when you ask them, how much is 3 times 5 divided by 2.5? They cannot simply answer. So maybe you can do this, but it has to be simple for the majority of the people, right? Simple. Personal. Personal means it goes really personal to the person. The famous "How are you?" or in Bulgarian "Kak si ti?" is the most unpersonal question ever, because the mask answers. How are you? Good, thank you. This is a mask. Really? So, simple, personal, unexpected, open. What is an open question? An open question is not answered with yes or no. So if you ask a lady, do you have kids? This is a closed question. How many kids you have? This is an open question. Do you understand the difference? So simple, personal, unexpected, open questions.
What would be unexpected?
Beg your pardon?
What would be an unexpected question?
Well, for instance, where did you get this blouse from? Beautiful collier, where did you get it from? What is your preferred color? What is your zodiac? Where do you prefer to live? Etc., etc., etc. You understand? You understand? So, ask me a simple, personal, unexpected, open question. Come on, shoot.
What did you do last night?
Last night I watched football, Belgium Cyprus, and meanwhile I was doing massage to the feet of my wife. So we have, no, it's really like that. We have an agreement that when I watch, I normally don't watch football, but when I watch it, I like the Belgian football team. So when I watch football, we have the agreement that I do the massage of my girl. That I write this on, massage of my wife, and then she's happy. Otherwise, I don't watch football. You understand? No, it's I'm not kidding. So that's what I did, and then I went to bed. Yeah. So ask me another simple, personal, unexpected question.
Why did you go to China?
Because I lived with a Chinese lady for 8 years. So we went a lot to Shanghai, back, Shanghai, back, Shanghai, back. So a person in strong interest or enthusiasm answers those kind of questions within 5 seconds. We're going to play I will expect the questions now, but you ask me. You ask me what is my zodiac. You ask me what I think about your glasses. Ready? And you ask me, when did you finish the task? Because, for instance, I work for you. Okay? Yeah, simple, personal, unexpected, open questions. So ask me, what's your zodiac?
What's your zodiac?
I'm a waterman, a Vadulay. So a person in strong interest or enthusiasm, he gets a question, he answers within 5 seconds. Ask me about the glasses.
What do you think about my glasses?
Well, me personally, I don't like them too much, but it's more important that you like them. In any way, thank you for having asked the question. Is that okay? So a person in strong interest or enthusiasm answers fast and does not lie, but does not make the other person feel bad for having asked the question. It's a small thing. Does not make the other person feel bad for having asked the question. Okay. When did
you finish your task?
I'm sorry that I did not finish it. I did not finish it, but I will finish it right now. Thank you for reminding me. That's a person in strong interest or enthusiasm. He's not lying, he's answering immediately, and he doesn't make the person bad for having asked the question. You see? Good. Now we go to conservatism. Ask me again.
What's your zodiac?
I mean, this is a personal question. I don't have a problem to tell this to you, but I don't want to say this to everyone here. Is that okay? Thank you. That's conservatism. A person in conservatism does not answer immediately or does not answer at all. But it does not make you bad for asking the question. Do you understand? And now I look at the man. man, because this is your problem. A person in conservatism does not answer the question sometimes and does not make you feel bad for having asked the question. Remember this, because I come back to that later on. Okay, the glasses.
What do you think about my glasses?
Well, you know how to say this. We don't discuss colors and preferences, isn't it? So a person in conservatism will prefer not to answer this question for one reason, not to make her feel bad. Do you understand? Clear? Okay, ask me.
Did you finish the task?
No, when did you
No,
finish?
when did you finish the task?
Well, thank you for asking me. Actually, this morning I had to bring my kids to school, and then there was some small problem. I tried to arrive in time, but I couldn't, so it took quite some time to arrive. I will finish the task. This is conservatism. Do you understand? Now I go to boredom.
What's your zodiac?
Hmm?
What's your zodiac?
Ah, zodiac. Are you interested in zodiac? Good. What do you think it is? That's boredom. A person in boredom is not interested in the question and not interested in the answer. And in 50% of the cases, might lie. It's important to know. When a person,
Read of the question.
yes, a person in boredom might just give an answer, but a lie. Please remember this. Lying starts at boredom. Just to get rid of it.
Or
Okay?
fear?
Beg your pardon?
Or fear?
Fear is much lower. I'm talking about
Okay,
now
so with
boredom.
number-
We are not yet there. Okay? So ask me.
What about my glasses?
Ah, I didn't see that you have glasses. You like them? You like them?
Yes, of course.
Okay, fine. That's boredom. You understand? Great. So,
When did you finish the task?
finish the task. Yeah, yesterday. So I lied. Yeah, you understand? A person in boredom lies in 50% of the cases. Learn to see this. Okay, good. Now we enter the negative emotions. Ask me.
What's your zodiac?
None of your business. That's a direct reaction. In antagonism, the person immediately reacts on your question and you feel bad for having asked the question. Do you understand this? Okay.
What do you think about my glasses?
You know what? I will tell you. That's enough now asking me what I think about your glasses. I hate your glasses. So a person, and I always say the truth, a person in antagonism, he misuses this phrase, I always say the truth, to hurt another person. A person in conservatism will not do this. But a person in antagonism will blah. Now here is the point. Never take antagonism personal. I don't hate your glasses. You understand? I honestly don't hate your glasses. I don't love them, but they are okay. You understand what I mean? But if I'm in antagonism, I will say, I hate them. Bleh. You know? This is not true. Don't take it personal. A person in antagonism lies for more than 80% of his time. Don't take this personal. Okay? Good. Ask me.
When did you finish this task?
When did I finish this? I'm not your slave, huh? It's already the 10th time you ask me. You understand? This is a negative emotion. They, bam, immediately react on you. Okay? Now we enter the vampire emotions. We start with covert hostility. Ask me.
What's your zodiac?
Interesting question. And yours? What is yours again?
I'm a Leo.
I knew it. Nobody's perfect. This is typical for covert hostility. They do not answer, but that's the same as conservatism. The difference is they make you feel bad for having asked the question. She now feels like, I should not have asked the question. Do you understand what I mean? You understand? Now I look especially at the men. Women have a problem between boredom and apathy. Men have a problem between conservatism and covert hostility, especially when they're in love. A man in love is a little bit blind. Women don't have this problem. Most women, they say to the boy, don't you see she's playing with your, A man doesn't see this, especially when he's in love. So here's the trick, gentlemen. You ask your girl, not do you love me, because this is a closed question. You ask your girl, how much you love me? And if she answers, let's not discuss about that, let's stay friends. She's a good friend, she's conservative and above, very good. But when she answers, why do you ask me this question so many times? Do you love me? You're sure? You're sure you love me? I'm not so sure. She's at that moment in covert hostility. That means maybe not all the time in covert hostility, because people can move. But if you ask 10 questions, and 10 times you get like, for having asked the question, don't marry this lady, because she might put some special thing in your soup someday. You understand? You understand? That's a difference. It's a very small difference. Do you feel good or not for asking a question? It's a very small difference, but so important. Okay? Glasses. Let me see them. Where did I see them? The Chinese market, right? €1, right? Do you understand? And she feels like, and you understand? That's typical for covert hostility. Do you see what I mean? Good.
When did you finish your task?
Task. Did you give me a task? You're sure? Did she? She didn't, right? I'm sorry, boss, but, I don't know if you... May I give you advice? There is good doctors, handling the pre-effects of... yes, of... how is this name, this illness? You know what I mean, that you start to forget everything, right? Yeah? Yeah, so you understand? That's typical for covert hostility. Do you understand? Okay, now I go to fear.
What's your zodiac?
Why? I'm married, So a person in fear, he gets a question, he changes the question into another question, and then he gives an answer to another question. That is typical for fear. Do you see this? Typical for fear. They do not answer the question, they answer another question. And you say, That's typical for fear. Okay.
What do you think about my glasses?
Do you want to sell them? Or I have already glasses. Typical for fear. Okay.
And when did you finish your task?
I will do it. Now the I will do it is not an answer when did you finish your task. The question before I will finish it is when will you finish it? Right? This is different. But that's fear. Do you understand this? Good. Now I go to grief or propitiation. 0.8 or 0.5, right? Propitiation in Bulgarian, umilostivyavane. Okay.
What's your zodiac?
My dear, you're so lucky that you have a zodiac. When I was born, my parents put me in a basket, and I don't know which date or month I was born. I only know the age, the year. And they put me into a basket in front of the monastery in Haskovo. And I don't know my birthday. Can you imagine? 57 years without any birthday. And since my name is Mark, and in Bulgaria they don't have a Saint Mark, 57 years without name day. Can you imagine? Without any day. Without any day. And all the ladies asking me, what is your zodiac, to see if I'm a good party or not. 57 years without woman. Can you imagine? Terrible, isn't it? Give me your zodiac, please. Give me your zodiac. You understand? That's typical for grief or propitiation. You ask a question, you get 1 hour, a beautiful story, and at the end you say, oh, that's typical for that level. Okay? Good. Glasses. You know, this question hurts me. Because while I was in the basket, there was a bird, Garga, they call this in Vratsa, right? Who took my eye. And so I have one eye left and I cannot see so well. And I don't have money to buy glasses. Terrible. Why do you laugh? I'm serious. Give me your glasses, please. Give me your glasses, please. You understand? You ask a question and you have a whole scenario. And at the end of the scenario you say, oh, okay, I will give the glasses. Do you understand this? That's typical for that level. It's vampire. They suck you down. Yeah.
When did you finish your task?
Finish my task. You know, boss, I have 5 kids. And my wife is ill at home. And every morning I have to bring every of the kids to different schools. And it takes me 2 hours to come here. And then I came here, of course, with 2 hours delay, like every day. I cannot do anything else. And then he started to laugh at me because I didn't only have one eye. And then I had to go to the HR department to explain. And then after that, I wanted to do the job, but then he intervened and he said something and I had to, help him. Sorry. Do you understand? That's grief. So, you want to look through the mask of people? Here is a very strong tool. There is many more. There is 23 other tools which we learn on the full day scenario, on the full day workshop. But one very strong tool is you ask simple, personal, unexpected, open questions. And you don't listen to what the person says. You just watch your watch, how long it takes to answer, and how do you feel for having asked the question. And you know a lot about the person. Not one question, you ask like 5 to 10 questions. But keep it simple and correct. Sometimes in America they ask me, what's the color of your underwear? What kind of sex did you have? Keep it correct, really? So make sure the questions are correct. So simple, personal, unexpected, open, correct questions, right? And then you know the emotion of the person. You know the situation and emotion, that's the first question. And if you ask 5 to 10 questions, you also know the long-term emotion. It's that emotion which comes back regularly. Okay? Can you do this? Can you do this? So,